Time and time again in my life, I've been afraid of messing it all up. And you can probably relate to this. You probably feel like if you had the courage to go after what it is that you really want in life, you would do it. But you're so focused on what you're going to lose by going after it, what you could lose, what could go wrong, that you're not able to even invest the energy, the mental energy, the mental focus that you need to take that step. And I read something today that helped me. I actually read it last night and I said, "No, Anthony, you need to reread this morning or the coming morning because it was just that profound." And the thing is too, it's something that I've heard before and it's something that I've actually helped other people with. I've coached other people in this and it's still something that I lost track of. There is so much going on in life every single day that you don't even realize how much stuff you forget. The lessons that you might be teaching someone one year, you might be needing to hear again the next year. And I think that's the beauty of life. Nobody is beyond being taught. Nobody is beyond learning another lesson or relearning a lesson over and over again. And for me, the lesson that I'm working on learning right now is that if I have something that I want in my life, there's only one chance to get it. There's only going to be one life. And any excuses that I might have are just that. They're excuses. Because the truth is, if I go for it, right? If I go for it, let's say in my case, if I go and try my best to become an Olympic gold medalist for Team Germany, playing the game of basketball, if I do that and I go for it and it doesn't work out and I don't even get anywhere close to making the German Olympic team, the place that I end up is probably going to be further ahead than the place that I was in or that I would be in if I just kept doing what I've been doing. But one thing would be different. In the case where I don't go for it, I would ask myself, what if? What if I went for it? In the case where I did go for it, I would say, hey, you know what? You gave it your all and you ended up here. And here is pretty good too. There's an example in the book. This is not the passage that I want to share from you. The idea is from the book, but the reason that we even got to the idea in the book, and the book is actually called The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. Been reading a lot of her stuff. If you've been watching my videos, you know that. And yeah, I'm just working through this book and it's dropping a lot of gems. So I'm going to kind of share my perspective and my thoughts on them here every single day. Obviously, it's not going to be all from the book, but it's just this is what this channel is. It's me sharing my raw and open, honest thoughts about what's going on in my life, and that's one of the things, me reading this book. So she's talking about a guy who actually shares his first name is one of my middle names, Eduardo. And Eduardo wants to be an actor, but he's living in Dallas and he's an Uber driver in Dallas. Well, I don't know how big the film industry is in Dallas, but probably not as big as it is in LA. Most of the people who want to be an actor, they head to LA. Eduardo knows this, just like you and I know this, but he is afraid to take action because in his mind, he doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have the connections. But Eduardo actually does have more connections than he thinks he does. So Mel Robbins, in this case, she asks him, hey, do you know anybody in LA? What do you have? How much money do you have? He has $700. He has the ability, obviously, to be an Uber driver, which I'm sure LA needs. And he has a friend who lives in LA who might be willing to take him in. But he's afraid to ask. He's afraid to take that step and go for it. Because what if he fails? Well, guess what? In Eduardo's situation, if he goes out there, he goes to LA and he runs out of money and it doesn't work out, he's just going to go back to Dallas. And he's probably going to be an Uber driver and he's probably going to keep living a similar life to what he's been living. We're so stuck in the comfort of our current life that we're afraid to lose it. But the truth is, the life that we have right now, we pretty much can create no matter what happens. We can get back to this. Yeah, we have it great. And don't get that twisted for a second. But at the same time, you have to recognize the place you're in right now is a place you can get back to. And 9 times out of 10, if you go for the big time, if you go for the thing that you're inspired to go after, it's probably going to put you in a better position rather than in a worse position. If you go for that job interview, if you go and take a chance on yourself and travel the world, if you go and you talk to that girl, it's probably going to put you in a better position. Doesn't mean that you're going to get the job. Doesn't mean you're going to get the girl. Doesn't mean that you're going to get to see all the places that you wanted to see. But it does mean that you're going to experience something more than you experienced today. Don't live your life on autopilot. And this message is to me just as much as it is to you. If you're living on autopilot, you're missing the whole point of life. The point of life is to grow. The point of life is to continue to see where your limits are. And not just reach them, but to go past them. And if you think that these dreams that you have are a coincidence, if you think Eduardo's dream of becoming an actor, if you think that's a coincidence and that's just something that he made up in his mind, then I don't know. Because odds are you haven't been just dreaming this thing for a week. You haven't been dreaming this thing for a month. You haven't been dreaming this thing for a year. You've been dreaming this thing for maybe as long as you can remember. I know me, since I've been on this YouTube platform, watching videos and making videos, I've wanted to have a community on here. I've wanted to have a group of people who I can come to and talk to just like this and share my thoughts and ideas with. And most of the time it's probably going to be like this, but sometimes it's going to be a short film. Sometimes it's going to be something more than this. Sometimes it's going to be something that I'm calling a mini doc. A mini doc is kind of like becoming a champion, right? It's a little bit documentary style, just a little bit. Me talking, me documenting my life. Me just documenting ideas like this one, maybe in a more, I don't even want to say professional, but more polished format. My guy Timo, he hit me up on WhatsApp. He sent me a little voice message. I'm going to get to that hopefully in the morning, so I can just give it the mental energy that I need to give it, because I know he saw my video yesterday, and hopefully he's tuned in again today. I'm not ghosting you, Timo. Just been a lot of travel and want to just have a chill evening. That's why I'm making this video a lot earlier today. But we have a team growing here, and it's awesome to see. I got people watching consistently, tuning in. I got an editor who's hungry and ready to make content like this. And it all started because I decided, hey, Anthony, you want to be consistent? You want to be more consistent on YouTube? Just start. Just start. Forget the views. Forget editing. Just start. And guess what? I mean, we're at the very beginning of this process. But still, this is the most amount of subscribers I've ever had on a channel. And I've created several channels. We even have a channel with a viral video that has 65,000 views. Doesn't have as many subscribers as this channel, just from showing up every single day. And you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to see my face ever again. But me reaching you is just a byproduct of me saying, hey, this idea that's in your head, it is never going to happen if you don't take steps toward it. And the only result of an idea not coming into reality because of you not taking the steps is regret. And regret is the only thing that you can't change. That's the whole point. That's the whole definition of regret. Regret, that's something you can't change. You can't change the fact that you decided, hey, I'm going to stay in my comfort zone. I'm going to stay right where I've been, because that whatever that is, that's scary. And yesterday, I came out and made a video talking about some of my goals, some of my visions. That was scary. But me talking about them today, me talking about the Olympics, for example, felt a lot better. I realized, hey, I went to sleep, I woke back up, nobody came to smack me. And some people are going to take it the wrong way. Some people watched that video and clicked off. Maybe right then when I talked about the Olympics. That's okay. But at the same time, those are people who, if I don't go for this, maybe there are people who will recognize me as an Olympic gold medalist who wouldn't recognize me if I never went for it. Think about that. There might be somebody who I can impact because they recognize me from TV, and I can maybe give them a sentence or two. Maybe I can just have a conversation with them that inspires them to go get whatever they wanted in their life. Maybe my story is something that can impact you to go get it. These dreams, they're not a coincidence. These goals, they're not a coincidence. You watching this video, it's not a coincidence. And the sooner you can realize that, the sooner you can realize that what you have in here is valuable. What you have in here might scare you, but it's not a coincidence. And it's not as dangerous as you think. That's just the point blank truth. And if me sitting here after making a proclamation of what I want to do, the visions that I have, isn't proof of that, then maybe the rest of my journey will. And even if you say, hey, this dude just isn't resonating with me, that's fine. I challenge you, regardless of what you do, if you subscribe, if you don't watch another video, I do challenge you to go and take the first step. Just take the first step to whatever dream sounds ridiculous in your head. The dream that you feel like you shouldn't even have, and you've actually almost tried to get rid of. That's the one you need to start moving toward. And I promise you, you will be able to at least get the life back that you have. Going after the thing that's in your heart, going after the thing that's in your mind, it's not gonna destroy anything. It might take some things out of your life. It might take a lot of things out of your life. But it's not going to take anything that it can't give you back. And it especially is not going to be something that you're going to regret down the line. Because the only thing you'll regret is not taking the chance and seeing where it took you. That's why I always remind you on every single one of these videos that the best is yet to come. So take advantage of that. Your best days are still ahead of you. I believe it, and I hope you do too. With that being said, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you on the next video, which you should find right here, and the option to subscribe and keep doing this life thing together. It's right here. I'll see you wherever you choose to see me next.